All right, welcome back. Sound check. We're in the yellow. That was good. Noise floor check. Okay, noise floor is good. Although, if the noise floor is good, I guess it can still be bad. I don't know what the deal is with that. But anyways, good news. We can see that I've got 25 new cards today instead of 30. That's because there only exist 25 new cards. So after today, I will have gotten through all the cards in my deck. So all I'll need to do is another day or two of reviews, and I should be able to take my retake on Monday, because Saturday and Sunday will be reviewing all the cards in my deck that I got the most wrong, and then by Monday I should have enough learned with what I saw on the test, with the study I did earlier to prepare. That's all on camera. And then with this review process, I should have those extra 1 to 2 questions right that I previously failed. So on Monday, I should be able to get a passing score. So that's really good news. So let's waste no time and let's finish up all the cards in the deck, and then spend tomorrow and then the day after going through the reviews, and then pass the test on Monday. So we can do the same by piping the output of tail to the command blank, which by default will count the number of words within the documents. So that's WC. Blank is a feature provided by Unix/Linux shell to represent multiple file names by using special characters called wildcards. So this is file globbing. Okay. Blank contains commands that may be used by both the system administrator and by users, which are required when no other file systems are mounted. It may also contain commands which are used indirectly by scripts. This must be a new card. I'm just going to admit I don't know and look at the answer. So the answer is /bin. Inside the blank.d directory, so the answer to this is /etc/apt/sources.list. /etc/apt/sources.list. This contains the repositories used by apt, which is important to know, because oftentimes if you're having issues getting something from apt, it's because where they say like add, what is it called, like snakes or whatever, or like PPA. Those are the repositories that are missing. So let's take a look at, let's do a cat etc apt sources.list. And if you've ever worked with this, hopefully this should look let's do a pipe grep-v, and then begin with a oops, it has to be the other way. Okay, so here's all the lines. Okay, well, this is kind of interesting. That wasn't really looking the way I was expecting it to look, but in any case, it's important to know what this file is. Let me actually go with the AI. So I'm going to paste this, and I'm going to say I'm making a YouTube video and trying to make a point to my audience that this file matters to know the content within it. Can you please help me make this point?
Sure. The /etc/apt/sources list file is a crucial component of any Ubuntu system. It contains information about where your system should look for software updates, upgrades, and installations. Here's why it's important. Software availability. This file dictates where your system searches for software packages.
And you can add more places.
If you want access to a wide range of software, you'll need to include the correct repositories in this file.
That's what I was
System
trying to say.
updates and security patches. Regular system updates and security patches are essential to keeping your system secure. The sources list file determines where your system looks for these updates. Software compatibility. Different versions of Ubuntu may require different repositories. The sources List file ensures that your system is pulling software that is compatible with your version of Ubuntu, in this case, Biotic. Third-party software. If you want to install third-party software, like Docker in the example, you need to add the appropriate repository to your sources. List file. This opens up a whole new world of software that isn't included in the default Ubuntu repositories.
Yeah.
In summary, the /etc/app/sources. List file is the gateway to a vast array of software, updates,
Right.
and security patches. It's crucial to understand the content within this file to ensure your system is secure, up-to-date, and has access to the software you need.
All right, ChatGPT, as always, can make a better point than I can. All right, so that's good. Next one is the directory contains everything required for the boot process except configuration files not needed at the so it contains everything needed for the boot process. So I'm going to say /boot. Yeah, I got it. So /boot stores data that is used before the kernel begins executing user mode programs. This may include saved master boot sectors and sector map files. So blank contains commands that may be used both by the system administrator and by users, but which are required when no other... I just saw the answer, but I'm going to admit I don't know it and look at it again. Oh, /bin. Oh, you know what? I know this now. It's clicking now. So /bin contains commands that may be used by both system administrator and by users. Sbin is just for system administrator, but which are required when no other file systems are mounted. So like if you don't have a file system mounted, you still get sbin. It may also contain commands which are used indirectly by scripts. So, sorry, bin, not sbin. So again, and I think I'll get that the next time. So the blank directory is the location of special or device files /dev. Got it. There are other ways to get the same effect. Single quotes. And this will cause bash to read it literally. Yep, got it. So the blank hierarchy contains configuration files. A configuration file is a local file used to control the operation of a program. It must be static and cannot be an executable binary. So the blank hierarchy. Configuration files /etc. Yep. The command head is used to read the first 10 lines of a file by default, and the command tail, T-A-I-L, is used to read the last 10 lines by default. Tail. And you can do a tail-F, which is really cool, and then if there's a new line in the file, it will automatically show it. So you can do, and I'm going to show that. So if I were to do, let's do this. Let's make a new file. So we're going to do touch example.txt, and then what we're going to do is yeah, so we're going to do touch example.txt. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do tail-f example.txt and then run it as a background process. Oh, and I guess I already had example.txt. But anyway, now we're going to do echo test and redirect it to, we're going to, without overwriting it, to example.txt. There we go. Are we still tailing? Oh, this is not working the way I thought it would. Okay, well, never mind. I wanted to show, you know what I can do is I can do c/etc/var or /var/logs. Yeah, that's what I mean. /log, and then I can do what can I do? Oh yeah. I can do tail-f syslog. There we go. And now, if I do something to make the logs go crazy, yeah. See how I open that, and we got a lot of GNS stuff just popping up. So this is a way how you can see just things constantly, like in real time as they happen. You use tail-f, and then as things happen on your system, you'll see the messages written to the file in real time, and that's because you're looking at the last line of the file. So if a new line of the file comes in at the end, that gets printed out to the screen. So that's an important one to know, but I got this right. The answer was tail. So blank contains commands that may be used both by system. So this is /bin. As a Linux user, you will often copy files from one location to another. So use CP for all copy tasks. Blank is a fairly standard concept, but it is clearly a site-specific file system. The setup will differ from host to host, therefore no program should assume any specific location for a home directory. Rather, it should query for it. I'm going to go with /home. Got it. The jobs we have seen in the previous sections were all attached to the session of the user who invoked them. This means that if the session is terminated, the jobs are gone. However, it is possible to detach jobs from sessions and have them run even after the session is closed. This is achieved with the ampersand. No. Ampersand makes it run in the background. The command nohup, no hang up, nohup makes it so that even when you close out of the window, the terminal session, the command still runs even though you're not actively running a terminal session as well. nohup. All right, so the blank directory contains those shared library names needed to boot the system. So I'm going to go with either /lib or /opt. I'm not sure. I'm going to go with /lib. Got it. So update-grub is usually a shortcut to grub-mk config. Got it. Alright, so this directory contains subdirectories which are used as mount points for removable media such as floppy disks, CD-ROMs, and zip disks. Historically, they have been a number of other different places used to mount removable media such as /cd-rom /mount or /mount/cd-rom. Placing the mount points for all removable media directly in the root directory would potentially result in a large number of extra repositories in /. Although the use of subdirectories in /mount as a mount point has recently been common, it conflicts with a much older tradition of using /mount directly as a temporary mount point. Interesting. I'm going to go with /media. Got it. When it comes to process monitoring, two invaluable tools are top, and top produces output dynamically, TOP. This directory is provided so that the system administrator may temporarily mount a file system as needed, so the answer is /mnt. In order to control the machine, the operating system's main component, the kernel, must be loaded by a program called a bootloader, which itself is loaded by a pre-installed firmware. So the order goes BIOS or UEF to bootloader to kernel to all the daemons that constitute a full OS. Blank is reserved for the installation of add-on application software packages. So this is /opt. Got it. The command blank can be used to change the priority. So this is RENICE, renice. Got it. This directory contains system information data describing the system since it was booted. Files under this directory must be cleared, removed, or truncated as appropriate at the beginning of the boot process. Interesting. I guess I'm going to say kernel ring buffer. Nope, slash run. Okay, very wrong about that one. So the program and the kernel ring buffer, it's clear out when you reboot, but that was not the right answer. The program responsible for managing run levels and associated daemons/resources is /sbin/init. During system initialization, the init program identifies the requested run level, identified by a kernel parameter or in the /etc/init tab file, and loads the associated scripts listed there for the given run level. Every run level may have many associated service files, usually scripts in the blank directory. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna go with /etc/init.conf. Nope. That would have been a file, so that was especially wrong because init.conf was a file. They were asking for a directory, so I was on the right track, but I gave it a file and not a directory. The correct answer is /etc/init.d. So utilities used for system administration and other root-only commands are stored in /sbin. Got it. So what's in the blank file? Look for yourself. You will see. So this is .bash_history. Got it. Blank contains site-specific data, which is served by this system. Interesting. I'm going to go with /HTML or /www. Actually, let me go with /www. Nope, /srv. So the GNU tar command included with Linux distributions can create a .tar archive and then compress it with gzip or blank compression in a single command. So I'm going to go with, interesting. I'm going to go with bzip2 because that's the other kind of compression. It's the one that's a bit slower, but that compresses a bit more. The blank directory must be made for programs that require temporary files, so I'm going to go with /tmp. Got it. Pipes and redirects are exclusive. That is, one source can be mapped to only one target, yet it is possible to redirect an output to a file and still see it on the screen with the program TEE. Alright, so the blank directory is made available for programs that require temporary files or directories that are preserved between reboots. So that's the big one. -tmp we see here is not part of the question. So this is not it. Therefore, information stored in blank is more persistent than data stored in /temp. So I'm going to go with /var. Oh, I was close. The correct answer is /var/temp. So indicate if the following screen/features correspond to GNU Screen or tmux or both. So here's the tmux features. It's -b. tmux is a client-server model. Panes are pseudo terminals. Both tmux and screen sessions include windows, and sessions can be detached, but screen does not kill the window associated with the region, whereas tmux does. So the answer is tmux. All right, so the directory contains system information data describing the system since it was booted. Files under this directory must be cleared, removed, or truncated as appropriate at the beginning of the boot process. Interesting. I'm going to go with /run, /run. Got it. If only the start or end of a file needs to be reviewed, there are other methods available. The command head, HEAD, is used to read the first 10 lines of a file by default. In the vi normal mode, to discard the swap file when prompted by vi, press, I thought it was Q. I'm going to go with capital D, actually. Okay, yeah, capital D. Used to swap out kernel memory pages when RAM is heavily used, I'm going to go with swap space. In Vi normal mode, to paste the lines in the buffer into text after the current line, I'm going to go with PP. Nope, just P, 1P. If you do not need a command's full documentation, you can quickly get basic data about a command using I'm going to go with interesting. I'm going to go with type, TYP. Got it. This example uses type to query 4 separate commands at once. The results show us that cp copy is a program that lives in bin-cp, and that kill, change the state of a running process, is a shell built-in, meaning that it is actually a part of the bash shell itself. So the answer is type. So a blank contains site-specific data, which is served by this system. Interesting. /srv. Yep, /srv for like a server. Got it. So that's a good. I got that. During system initialization, the init program identifies the requested run level defined by a kernel parameter or in the blank file and loads the associated scripts listed there for the given run level. Interesting. Now this is a file, so during system initialization, kernel parameter or in the interesting. I'm going to go with /etsy/init.conf for this one. No. I'm going to go with /etsy/init tab. INITTAB. Yeah, /etsy/init tab and INITTAB. Got it right. Okay, so in Vi normal mode, to copy, yank the characters, press, I'm going to go with YY. Oh, just once. This directory contains everything required for the boot process, except configuration not needed at boot time in the map installer, thus /boot. The blank directory is made for programs that require temporary files or directories that are preserved between system boots. So the answer is /var/tmp. To look up the shared directories required by a specific program, use the blank command followed by the absolute path to the program. I'm going to go with which, WHICH. So the answer is LDD. In Vi normal mode, to delete the entire current line, press, I'm going to say DD for this one. Got it. And I think you hit it twice for the whole line, so that's why I got those other rounds wrong. They weren't asking for the whole line. The standard utility for managing MBR positions on Linux is, I want to say parted, but this is MBR. I'm going to go with fdisk, FDISK. Got it. Parted is not just for MBR, from what I understand. In the Vi normal mode, to copy the entire line. So this is YY because it's for the whole line. Got it. In Vi normal mode, to paste the lines into buffer into the text after the current line. So this is just a single P. Single P just to paste it. The blank hierarchy contains configuration files. So a configuration file is a local file used to control the operation of a program. It must be static and cannot be an executable binary. It is recommended that files to be stored in the subdirectories of /etsy. Yeah, so you shouldn't put any files directly in /etsy. They should all be in subdirectories. Let's take a look at my home lab and see if that's the case. Okay, so you can see we do have a number of files directly in /etsy. So let me ask the AI about that. So we're gonna go like this, then we're gonna go like this, and then we're gonna say, there we go, and we're gonna say My lab does have a lot of conf files directly within slash Etsy and not in a subfolder. Is this bad?
The recommendation to store configuration files in subdirectories of /etc rather than directly in /etc is more about organization and ease of management than anything else. It is not inherently bad to have configuration files directly in /etc, but as the number of configuration files grows, it can become more difficult to manage and find the file you are looking for. In a production environment, especially in larger systems or environments with many different services and applications running, it can be helpful to organize configuration files into subdirectories to keep things tidy and make it easier to manage. However, in a lab environment or in smaller systems, it may not be as critical to have this level of organization. The key is to ensure that you are able to easily find and manage your configuration files, and that they are properly backed up and version controlled, whether they are stored directly in /etc or in a subdirectory. No, /opt is typically used for the installation of third-party software that is not managed by the system package manager.
Okay.
These are usually large software applications that are distributed as a single package, rather than as individual files or components. Configuration files for software applications are generally stored in /etc or in a subdirectory of /etc, as this is the standard location for system-wide configuration files. Some applications may also store configuration files in the user's home directory or in the application's installation directory, but /opt is not a standard location for configuration files.
Okay. I'm just curious.
No, configuration files generally do not go into /lib. The /lib directory contains libraries needed to boot the system and run the commands in the root file system, as well as kernel modules. Configuration files are typically stored in /etc or in a subdirectory of /etc. Some applications may also store configuration files in the user's home directory or in the application's installation directory, but /lib is not a standard location for configuration files.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. I'm just curious sometimes, so I just go ahead and ask. But yeah, I got this one right. The blank directory is the location of special or device files /dev. In Vi normal mode, to copy yank the characters, so not the whole line, just the characters, press Y followed by a movement key. Got it. Blank is a fairly standard concept, but it is clearly a site-specific file system. So this is /home. Because depending on who the user is, the home will look different. We can see if I do pwd. Oops, sorry. If I do pwd here, now that I'm in my home directory, you can see /gposh. Depends on the username to an extent. Okay, so blank contains commands that may be used by both the system administrator and by users. It's /bin. All right, so use the blank command to add a new directory to your path. This will not survive a reboot. So what comes to my mind is export, source, and set. I'm going to go with source, SOURCE. Export was the right one. All right, so the program responsible for managing run levels and associated daemons is /sbin/init. So this is a directory now. So every run level may have associated service files, usually scripts in the /etsy/init.d directory. Besides your location in the file system, you will often want information about the Linux system you are running. This might include the exact release number of your distribution or the Linux kernel version that is currently loaded. The blank tool is what you are after here. Okay, so the blank tool is what you are after here. Precise your location. I'm going to go with uname, UNAME. Got it. So In the Vi normal mode, to enter insert mode before the current cursor position, press blank. Now this is before the current cursor position, so I'm going to say I. Got it. This directory contains subdirectories which are used as mount points for removable media such as floppy disks. So the answer is /media. In Vi normal mode, to enter insert mode at the beginning of the current line, press, I'm going to say O. Nope, it's capital I. The difference between capital and lowercase is capitals happen at the beginning of the line. The purpose of the blank program is to modify text-based data in a non-interactive way. SED. The blank directory contains those shared libraries needed to boot the system and run the commands in the root file system. So the answer is /boot. Wrong. The answer is /lib. Send signal to process by name. So it's pkill. Got it? In Vi normal mode, to add a new line and enter insert mode, in the next line, press, I'm going to go with E. Oh, the answer is O. You can pipe the output to the program blank, so the results will be paginated. I'm going to go with less, LESS. All right, so in the Vi normal mode, add a new line and enter insert mode from the previous line. Press, oh, interesting. This is going to be capital I. Nope, capital O. Utilities for system administration are stored in /sbin, S-B-I-N. In the Vi normal mode, to enter insert mode after the current position, you press E. Nope, it's A. This directory is provided so that the system administrator may temporarily mount a file system as needed. The content of this directory is a local issue and should not affect the manner in which any program is run. This directory must not be used by installation programs. A suitable temporary directory not in use by the system must be used instead. Interesting. Oh, /MNT. Got it. Okay, so blank is reserved for the installation of add-on application software packages. That's /OPT, third-party software. Got it. This is achieved with the no hangup, NOHUP command. The syntax is as followed, and it's the ampersand character. So the ampersand character sends the process into the background and frees up the terminal you are working at. In the Vi normal mode, to enter insert mode at the end of the current line, press at the end of the current line. I'm going to go with A. Oh, but it's a capital A. So yeah, it's always if it has to do with the whole line, it's a capital letter. To look up shared libraries required by a specific program, use the blank command. Shared libraries. I think this is which. WHICH. No, LDD. In the Vi normal mode, to enter insert mode at the beginning of the line. So we're talking about a line, and we're talking about entering at the beginning. So the answer is capital I. Okay. Every normal process begins with the default nice value, NICE. The shell itself will run a default text editor, usually Vi. Bash uses the session variables visual, or EDITOR, all in uppercase, to find out the default text editor. Creating directories is critical to organizing your files and folders. Files may be grouped together in a logical way by keeping them inside a directory To create a directory, use mkdir. Yep, and you have to use -p if you want to create a directory structure. The blank directory contains those shared libraries needed to boot the system and run the commands in the root file system. /boot. Nope, /lib. Yeah, so shared libraries. Yeah, library, LIB. Yeah, should be obvious. In vi normal mode, to add a new line and enter insert mode on the next line. So we're talking about lines, so I'm going to go with a capital letter. Let's go with capital O. And it was lowercase. All right, in vi normal mode, to add a new line and enter insert mode in the previous line, press. So it sounds like it's about the same thing, but it's happening in a different way. So I'm going to say capital O. Okay, so capital kind of favors the beginning, I guess. So that's good. I got that one right. In the vi normal mode, to discard the swap file when prompted by a vi, press capital D. In the vi normal mode, to enter insert mode after the current cursor position, press lowercase a. The blank directory must be made available for programs that require temporary files. So /tmp. Although not exactly the same, screen, SCREEN, and tmux share a series of common features. So the actions associated with such events. So let's see here. Systemd is also responsible for triggering and responding to power related events. The systemctl suspend command will put the system in low power mode, keeping current data in memory. Command systemctl hibernate will copy all memory data to disk, so the current state of the system can be recovered after powering it off. The actions associated with such events are defined in the file. Interesting. Which file are they defined in? I don't know. Okay. I guess I'm gonna go. Well, I mean, it's a config file, right? So it's /etc slash and then it's a interesting. Oh, /etc /systemd. Got it. In vi normal mode, to enter insert mode at the end of the current line, press capital A. Got it. This directory contains system information data describing the system since it was booted. Files under this directory must be cleared, removed, or truncated as appropriate at the beginning of the boot process. At the beginning of the boot process. /run /run. All right, the blank directory is made available for programs that require temporary files or folders that are preserved between system reboots. So the answer is /var var /tmp. Got it. The blank directory contains those shared library images needed to boot the system and run the commands in the root file system. For example, by binaries in /bin and /sbin. So /boot. Wrong. So it's needed to boot the system, but it's not the boot files. It's the library, shared libraries. The shared libraries go in here, and we can see that in my home lab. I did a lib, so we got like these .so. So we got a init. Init is in there. Let's see what's in /boot. Okay, so yeah, we've got we've got like the EFI boot partition. We've got the bootloader grub. We've got some like it looks like some operating virtual machine disk images. So the order is the EFI or the BIOS, and then the grub, and then the kernel. So you need the kernel up already to like run programs like init. So as far as I understand, so like yeah, it's not going to be in the same. It's not going to be in boot like an actual executable on your position on your machine isn't going to be in boot. And we see mod probe is also in there. So like your kernel runs these scripts, but your kernel doesn't do that until the bootloader tells it to. So they're in different directories. In the vi normal mode, to add a new line and enter insert mode on the next line, the line after, that would be, I'm going to say that's an uppercase. So uppercase O. Oh, sorry, lowercase is what I meant, but didn't get it out right. So use the blank command. This is the export command. So blank contains site-specific data, which is served by this system. This is /srv. In the vi normal mode, to copy yank the entire line, press Y. So it's the entire line. So we're going to press Y twice. So it's going to be YY. Got it. In the vi normal mode, to delete the entire line, press DD lowercase. Here we use the command blank to translate. So the command is TN. No, it's TR. So there are other commands that handle compressed files. So the one for handling to look at, to concatenate GNU zipped files is zcat, ZCAT. Got it. The octal dump OD command is often used for debugging applications in various files. OD, got it. In the vi normal mode, to paste the lines in the buffer, press P, lowercase p. In the vi normal mode, to copy yank the characters, press so just the characters, not the whole line. You press Y, lowercase y. Got it. The blank directory contains those shared library images needed to boot the system and run the commands in the root file system. For example, by binaries in, so this is /lib. Shared library images are in /lib. And then shared library images are used to boot the system and run. And when they say boot the system, they mean the kernel modules, the daemons. It's not, they're not meaning the same thing as when like the bootloader boots the system, or the UEFI or the BIOS boots the system. This is late stage system booting. So the answer is /lib. In the vi normal mode, to add a new line and enter insert mode in the next line, so that's at the end, we're going to press capital O, or actually lowercase o. Yeah, lowercase o deals with the end, capital deals with the beginning, so lowercase o. In the vi normal mode, to enter insert mode before, so that's going to be capital, press capital, no, because it's not dealing with the whole line. So the answer is I, lowercase I. Got it. To look up shared libraries required by a specific program, use the LDD command, followed by the absolute path to the program. LDD, got it. In the vi normal mode, to add a new line and enter insert mode in the previous line. So this is the previous line, so we're going to do a capital. Let's do capital O. In the vi normal mode, to enter insert mode after the current position. So this is the cursor position, not the line. So it's going to be lowercase a. Here we use the command tr to translate. And tr is kind of like the replace command in Python, or a method in Python. So it's by translate they mean replace. In the vi normal mode, to enter insert mode at the beginning of the line, press capital I. In the vi normal mode, to enter insert mode at the end of the line, interesting. At the end of the line? It's not regular I. Wow, okay. Oh, you know what? It's capital A. Got it. The blank directory, shared libraries /lib. In the vi normal mode, to add a new line and enter insert mode in the next line, this would be a lowercase o. There we go. And let's see here. So that took me a little bit less time because I had 5 fewer cards. Yeah, tomorrow it should take me, less than a half hour. It should take faster and faster and faster. There's a point where, like, you don't have that many reviews to get through. So, like, if I were to do this for another week as I'm doing it now, I'd only have, like, a card or two, a few cards to do every day. So, like, there's a point where, now is the time to go and take the test again. Monday at the absolute latest. I don't think I can take it on the weekend. Honestly, I might be able to. So, like, honestly, tomorrow might be a good time, but, like, there's a holiday. It's Halloween. It's just, I'm going to take it as soon as I can on Monday, maybe right away in the morning. Yeah, and hopefully it'll pass. So stay tuned for the 2 remaining review sessions. And then if I pass on Monday, I'll be going through exam 102 as well and get the whole certification.